Everybody.
Doing well.
Yourself, good to go? Ready?
Questions?
I guess just for you guys to finally get to go and play against a different team. I guess just what did you like, what did you not like, and yeah, just what did you
think
think?
for me, the biggest thing is watching these guys before we played and how excited they were to be in that uniform and perform for the first time, knowing that it wasn't going to be perfect. We had talked about, Coach Cal has been talking about for the last 2 weeks. At this point of the season, or at this point of playing basketball in the uniform, you're going to be wrong 60% of the time. And so to see them make mistakes, but also to see them play with great energy, you can right off the bat tell we have a bunch of athletes. We should be a great defensive team. Offensively, we are going to have to learn to a little better chemistry, play together. But we have great character kids that are going to buy into that, and we got time to continue to grow as a team, and we got a lot of talent.
And then obviously Abdu with the double-double, 4 blocks, 2 steals, and 2 assists. I guess just for him to have a performance like that in his first game, I guess just what does that say about him, and how have you kind of seen him progress?
Well, the big thing is that, there are times in practices where he's coasting for whatever reason, body hurting, mentally tired, whatever. But to see the lights on and him excited and to play with energy was good to see. He just stopped me in the hallway and talked about his rebounding and told me I'm a dog. So I'm happy about that, but he's a very good player with a bright future. And we have a whole bunch of guys that are really good players, that are very young.
Okay, what's your biggest takeaway from this first game here?
That we got a lot of work to do as a team, but we have a lot of talent, crazy talent, that they're going to make Coach Cal's job hard, or they're going to make it easy. And what I mean by that is when you have 11 and 12 guys, 10 guys, typically coaches are comfortable playing 7 or 8. We have 10 legitimate players. So how do you go about that? The job could be easy as a coach, meaning that somebody decides I'm going to be late to class, I'm going to be late to weights, I'm not going to do what I'm supposed to do on the court. Or you can make his job hard and he has to pick 9 or 10 from a group that's all fighting to play. So that's the big takeaway I take, is that Coach has to let them make the decision on who plays and who doesn't. It's going to be very competitive.
Which I know you spend quite a bit of time with the big men. I'm curious what you like about this mix that you guys have in the front court. No Mika tonight, but it seems like you just have body after body you can rotate out there. What'd you see from them?
Well, one was Mapier, 5 blocks, 5 steals. I personally think he's in between a 5 and a 4, but to get 5 blocks in a game, to get 5 steals in a game, when he's probably more comfortable being just a 5 where he doesn't move, but it's going to help him become a better player. The fact that he is playing the 4 for us. Cooper is a leader. We have to find a way on this team to give those bigs the ball. And I thought that Caleb, the way that he posted up, you got to foul him or he's going to finish it. Ilya was a great surprise because he played with energy. He fought, he got rebounds. He did a lot of good stuff out there. So again, we have a bunch of really good players that are going to make Coach Cal's job easy or hard on who plays.
Coach, your team physicality straight out the gate, you guys were, crazy, but is the physical and just strength of going straight downhill, not being scared of who's in front of you at the rim, a part of the core teachings at Arkansas?
That's our culture. We want to be the team that gets in the lane more than anybody else in the country. We're not accepting you stopping us from getting in the lane. We have to attack that lane with force. And if we have 4 or 5 players that all can attack that lane, we become dangerous. Offense is, to me, great offensive teams are great passing teams, but the other piece to it, they start their offense by getting you to collapse. How do we get you to collapse? We attack the lane. You have to deal with us coming at you full throttle for 40 minutes, attacking, and then we spray the ball and play off each other.
There was a point late in the game where it was like a 40-point game, but then you see both benches super into the game. It's getting a little chippy out there. The crowd's going crazy. It felt like it was a big-time atmosphere, even though it wasn't a huge crowd. How cool is it to get those kind of reps and experience, especially for these young guys, kind of learning how to compete at that level?
I think it's vital. I think it's vital to show that they showed us, the coaching staff, they showed Coach Cal, they showed the fans that they have a will about them. They get excited in competition against somebody else. They have a chippiness about them. They're not afraid to fight. If they have to fight, they'll fight. I think that's the ingredient that leads to championships. When you have the ability to say, even though I'm young and you may be a lot older than me, I'm going to fight you. We want those type of players, and that's why we went and got them.
Now this team weighs heavily on, player development when it comes to chemistry, coming all the way up to Bahamas, seeing these players. Is there somebody tonight on your team that you were surprised from the development from what they done?
I would say Elia probably was the biggest surprise for me because he wasn't shy from physicality. He played good post defense. He rebounded the ball. He showed typically he's been a stretch five that pops and shoots. Well, he showed that I can rebound the ball against bigger, stronger guys. I can play great post defense. I'll set good screens, and he didn't even worry about the jump shots. That to me is a surprise when a kid is known for one thing, but he's in an environment where we're teaching all these other things that help you win, and he bought into it.
Did you get the nod tomorrow, or is it another assistant?
No, I hope it's another assistant. I'm tired of yelling. I'm losing my voice.
What was it like not having Cal next to you?
It was fine. I think that the key is to focus on the kids. Cal is going to coach them from the other side. He can't help it. But just focusing on them, wanting them to get better, wanting them to have success, wanting them to learn that having all this talent on one team is great, but it's not going to win unless they buy into each other.
Is there any update on Jeremiah? Obviously, you had the hard fall there in the first half.
Haven't heard yet. I know he was just in there with the doctor, and hopefully he'll be okay. But he was in good spirits.
A little scary scene there.
Yeah, scary, very scary. I wish he would have just laid it off the glass and not dunked it, but he'll be fine. He's tough.
I know you said you were hoping somebody else was taking over for tomorrow's game, but how did you enjoy getting back into being a head coach for the night?
For me, it's all about the kids. It's about watching them and talking them through situations and getting them to buy into something. Look, when you bring 11, 12 guys together for the first time, that's all been scorers or stars in their own right, and to get them to say, okay, we want to get assists, we want to get lane touches, we want you to see your teammates. Don't just focus on yourself. That's the joy for me for coaching, is watching them buy into the beginning stages of what we're trying to do in March.
And Coach Cal has talked a lot about how he thinks this has the ingredients to be a really good defensive team. Obviously, tonight it was 13 blocks, 19 steals. I guess just defensively, how have you seen this group kind of come together, and how gratifying is it to see it come together like it did tonight?
I think it's an example of what we're capable of, and we haven't really focused a lot on defense. We never do in the summer, but we have tough-minded, long athletes that will get after you, and then we have length at the basket that can block shots. So that's a great ingredient. Be tough on the ball, disrupt offense, and if you happen to beat us, go deal with a 7-footer.
Coach, talking about defense, number 8, Maker, he was stuck to the ball defensively with 5 steals, 5 blocks. What do you think about his performance?
I loved it. I love the fact that he had 5 blocks, 5 steals. I just talked to him, pulled him aside, and said, "You're playing the 4 and you're doing that." He never played the 5 tonight. he was on the perimeter a lot, and he did that from the perimeter. So I like that. That shows that he's active hands, that he can move his feet, get his hands on balls with the steals, but also if he's under that basket and you try to shoot it, he can block it. We need that. We didn't have that last year.
Obviously, you played a lot of the game with two guys 6'11" or taller on the floor. I guess just how beneficial is it to have that level of size, and how much did you see that kind of play a factor in this game?
It definitely played a factor in this game. There were times when they went to the basket and they saw a big coming out and they decided not to shoot it. 13 blocks speak for itself, but it wasn't just the bigs. Our guards go up and block shots. Abdul had a couple. Jordan will block a shot. JJ, Billy Richmond. So we have a bunch of really good athletes that defensively can hurt you in a lot of different ways.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, Coach.